Alright, thanks for watching the introduction to my introduction. I'm going to show you how I write with unfinished material. I always keep a notebook, and some of my writing is as is unusable. So I get, it starts to pile up after a while. And the rainy day finally came when I was just like, I don't have anything to do. I can't come up with anything. I was in my creative mode. I'm trying to... What was I saying? Oh yeah. I was in creative mode. I wanted to organize some of those disjointed thoughts. And I was going to just show you live how I did it, because this is a one-take type of channel. Let me hit this again. Okay. I like to do first takes. I mean, by first take, I mean practice for a while. Practice the song. And when I'm ready to perform it, I'll record like maybe 2 or 3 versions, and then just pick one, and I'm done with it. That's how I've done all of my singing with this ukulele here. So yeah, I think that's my entire preamble. So if you're a writer, or creative, I highly suggest this method. It's just like, don't worry about the rhythm, don't worry about time. Think about the lyrics first and how they're going to interact with the melody. If you're a rhythmicist, as I like to call them, if you start with a rhythm, start with the beat first. Start with the most primordial version of that beat. And what I do is I start with like a diatonic scale, or if I'm in minor, I'll just use the minor chord or the diminished seventh. So I have basically all 7 notes of the scale: minor chord, diminished seventh, and then I'll only use those 7 notes to improvise for simplicity's sake, while I'm trying to work out a melodic, lyrical rhythm. And I usually try and keep things very harmonically simple too. I'm a big fan of the blues. I'm fine if you use 2-chord blues. That's what I was just talking about, the 2-chord blues, 1-7-1, and it works in major too. And it's a good way to simplify without oversimplifying. I mean, maybe it's an oversimplification for you, but there's only a couple. All right, I'm gonna walk myself through some music planning. What I've got is empty space here, and then I actually have months and months of writing that I've broken down into a few sentences, like about 1.5 pages of sentences that I really like, and they're phrases that I wanted to put into music, but they don't rhyme, they don't fit with each other, so it's all disjointed, but they're on similar topics. So I wanted to just kind of put them together, and I was going to show you how I improvise creating music, because a lot of times what I'll do is play and play and play and play and play the same thing over and over and over again, or I'll sing the same line trying to come up with a slightly different melody each time until something just clicks for me, and I either like it or not. But this is from a bunch of phrases that have been relegated to the use me later file. So this is a great exercise for me as well, that I use some of my own content. Lend me your ears, lend me your ears. I aspire to take myself seriously and not just give everyone the finger, but I need no attention. perfection is the enemy of attempt. And here now my ukulele is wildly out of tune. The only way to write music fast is to write music slowly, such as to play the music quickly. Must practice. But it's only music. Nothing's going to happen if you make a mistake. You'll be surprised how many people don't even notice. And if I spent as much time smoking my instrument as I did practicing weed, I'd be a virtuoso by now. But a heartbeat and a sunrise is enough. Simply unmoved by the miracle of life, ecstatic, enthralled, and overflowing, because music is the bridge between heaven and earth. Sound stitches the soil to my soul. Life's value is not negated by those who exploit it, but by those who affirm, those who fight to honor it. And you don't work music, you can only play it. Oh, the water of experience erodes any stone. The only thing more valuable than other people's money is their time and experience. The world of plenty of information, but not enough wisdom. Time is just a circle on a wall. Trying to control life is no different than trying to control a dream. Writing, it's how I know when I'm in a loop and when I'm on to something. When I've learned a new word, when I've forgotten. Even if someone listens to you with all their heart, they can only grasp a fraction of what it means to be you. Doesn't matter what the truth is as long as you're happy. And happy songs are propaganda to sell you junk food and car loans. I'm afraid of losing the freedom of my obscurity. I used to feel invisible, but now I feel like Martian Manhunter. The Martian Manhunter, I wish I could rewrite my origin story. The risk of life sometimes outweighs the reward. Everything I say is tired cliché, and this permutations I'm singing with the philosophical depth of a single ply. This fallible brain, it can temper facts, slide the truths into the smallest of cracks. The world breaks your back, then sells you a massage. Religion sells you on heaven while the earth burns. Mental health is the new name for obedience. Stability is just symptom suppression under capitalism. Diagnosis is taxonomy with funding. To medicate is to negotiate with your captor. for quieter chains. To speak is to hallucinate in public with permission. Insanity is a side effect of language's failure to contain grief. You name it, the less it obeys. Oh, truth and madness are twins separated at billing. Refuse to tune the uke till we're finished. Oh, you're not special. Your pain is boring. Your death won't matter, and your joy never did. Destroying, creating, thinking, hurting, observing, breaking, making obsessed, reassembling, doubting, loving, hating, and repeating, depressed, psychotic and delusional, visionary and volatile, awake too long to tell where thoughts begin and end, hallucinating halos above burning trash cans, arguing with the angels hired by liars, trembling hands on the blueprints of despair, building cathedrals despite any lack of care, rewired, retired, expired, renewed, half divine, half glued, wholly misconstrued, still moving, still muttering, still a machine, still painting the void to prove it was seen. So I didn't like any of that. That was all garbage. I did like a few of those lyrics as lines individually, but I feel like I didn't come up with anything melodically whatsoever. I did play the same thing over and over again. I didn't tune the uke halfway through, which I should have, just to show you how I tuned the uke. To be honest, it's harder when it's close than when it's really flat. When it's really flat or really sharp, you know which direction to go. When it's really close, you're like, which one is low? Of course, I prefer harmonics here. Ooh, that's way off. The story for you. Aspire to take myself seriously most times. Try not to just give everyone the finger. But I need no attention. I need no applause. Perfection is the enemy of tempo. The only way to write music quickly is to practice writing slowly. Nothing's going to happen, it's only music. You might hurt someone's feelings though, but what are the chances of that? And how would you ever know? It's only music. You'd be surprised how many people never even notice a mistake. I spent as much time smoking my instrument as I did practicing weed. I'd be a virtuoso by now. I'd be and the sunrise is enough. Humbled by the miracle of life, ecstatic, enthralled, and overflowing. Music is the bridge between heaven and earth. My sound stitches my soul to the soil. Life's value is not negated by those who exploit it, but it's affirmed by those who fight and honor it. And I don't work music, I don't work music, play it. But it's not a game. Humbled by the miracle of life. Oh, you don't work music, you play it. The water of experience will ruin any stone. The only thing more valuable than another person's money is another person's experience. Alright. See if I can fit these onto one. Well, there's plenty of information, not nearly enough wisdom. Time just a circle on a wall. Trying to control life is no different than trying to control a dream. Writing is how I know when I'm in loop and when I'm on to something new, and when I've learned a word, when I've forgotten one. Even if someone listens to you with all the heart, they can only grasp a fraction of what it means to be you. Oh, that song, it doesn't matter what's the truth as long as you're happy. But a happy song, the propaganda to sell you junk food and car loans. Afraid of losing the freedom of my obscurity. Once felt invisible, but now I feel like the Martian Manhunter. I wish I could write my origin story though. See, the risk of life sometimes outweighs the reward. Everything I say is a tired cliche. Endless permutations on the same tired cliche. I'm singing with the philosophical depth of single ply. The fallible brain that can temper facts, slide truth into cracks. Oh, the world makes your back, sells you massage. Religion Diagnosis is taxonomy with funding. To medicate is to negotiate with your captive for quieter chains. To speak is to hallucinate in public with permission. Insanity is the side effect of language's failure to contain grief. The more you name it, the less it obeys. Truth is madness, twins separated at billing. You're not special, pain is boring. Your death won't matter, your joy never did. Destroying, creating, thinking, hurting, observing, breaking, making, obsessing, reassembling, doubting, loving, hating, repeating, depressed, psychotic, delusional, visionary, and volatile. Awake too long to tell where the thoughts begin. Hallucinations, halos over the trash can fire. Arguing with angels hired by liars. Trembling hands, blueprints of despair. Building cathedrals despite lack of any care. Rewired, retired, expired, renewed. Half divine, half glued, wholly misconstrued. Still moving, still muttering, still a cog in the machine, still painting the void just to prove it was seen. I don't know, at least I did some melodic things differently there. And I've rolled the dice, and I really only came up with one thing I liked, which was let's try and put that melody into the lyrics. But then I need to do C because that's the middle finger, or I can just do A minor. So I'll do that later in the thing. So I'm going to cut a bunch of lines too out of this to make it more flowy, but I'm not going to rhyme at all. I'm just going to, every line is going to be amorphous, I've decided. And I might even do a spoken line in between to make it more irregular. But I do like the starting with lend me your ears, because that's like an ancient, there's something primal about lend me your ears I can't put my finger on. Lend me your, lend me your ears. You see, I aspire to take myself seriously. Now I give everyone the finger, but I need no attention, no applause. Perfection is the enemy of attempt. It's the only way to write music, because without any consideration for your audience, it's not that they don't matter, it's that you can't actually care about them in the moment. Perhaps that's the wrong way to say it. I don't really know if there's a perfect way with the audience. You see, I don't care what they think. I know many musicians' names, but I can't name a single music critic. You should pick up an instrument and tell your own story. See, when I say I don't like my origin story, it's the only story I can really tell. Despite making all sorts of bullshit up, still myself. So, let's see what we can do with that. Let's see how much time has passed. Only 23 minutes, so that was only a couple passes, but we got a few ideas for the melody. We're gonna skip a bunch of lines, contextualize some lines, may add or subtract. I'm going to try and make it one page, and I may try and sing it much faster too, because I want it to be like bam, 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 punchlines. But every line is sort of like weird and disjointed on purpose, so it's supposed to draw your ear away from the previous line and towards the next idea. So, what was I going to say next? Yeah, the next video is going to be brainstorming song lyrics, and this is a good basic beginner tips. I mean, you can find them anywhere, but this is what I do. Is number one is come up with a basic story I want to tell, like I'm going to say oh, I'll save that for the next video, but I'm doing Mary had a little lamb, but it was overcooked. So the whole story is going to be like using someone else's format, but going in a different comical direction. So I like heavy constraints on my poetry, and one thing I hate about the AI is that I love end rhymes like a lot, and I love iambic pentameter a lot. So a lot of my previous poetry I want to just like throw in the trash because it looks like AI writing a little bit. Not that it's like perfect or square or perfectly square and the syllables line up every time. It's measures as human. But let's end right there. Thanks for your time. Just a quick addendum that anything I don't use gets relegated back to that unused file, so it's not really a loss of creativity time. You know, use what works for your item of creativity at the time, and don't worry about any mess you create on the path, is how I feel. So the other thing I was going to say is this is a reiterative. Sometimes I do this for months and months and months before I have anything resembling a finished product, and many times it stays in the relegated file because it's a big file for me. So don't be discouraged in your creativity. And yeah, that's it. I just want to encourage you to tell your story however you need to do it. Love you. Thanks for your time.